All right, shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is a video on the Chicago violence and what's going on in Chicago. And this happened at the beginning of the year, but it's going to be a point in time where this is going to be happening everywhere, whether individual people do it or the government and the troops. There's going to be bodies left all over the street, like in Mexico. But this is judgment from Yahweh Shem Shai, and I'm gonna play the clip. And you can tell this was set up by the Lord, because we know, I know from living in Chicago, the move that they made, you can tell that something finna go down. And you don't stick around and grab no change, nothing. That's how you know this is was set up by the Lord. Hold on, let me see if I can find the scripture real quick before I play it again. Slakia. Hold on, let me see real quick. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39, and I'm kind of giving it away, but it says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right, so, I was reading that to say this. When you in these situations, or when Jacob be in these situations, can't nobody deliver them but the Lord. Because the Lord determines if they die or not, man. So... Right, so only the Lord can deliver you up out of these situations, And notice how, one, they didn't run. Two, when he first came in the door, he shot the old man first, because that's judgment. And then, he finished the old man off. If he didn't get shot already, then he finished them off. But as you can see, he used his friend as a shield to cover him. You don't determine what happens in that day, and he the only one that survived. It look like all the rest of them. You can look at it till all the rest of them look dead. So you would have thought they would have ran out, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. And there's gonna be a time when the prophets get persecuted and killed also. One of my first visions when I came into truth was I don't know if I was yelling, but it was real. It was me and it was other apostles, and they was laying next to me on the left, and they was snapping, and I wasn't scared. It's just I knew I was finna die, for the word's sake. And the apostles were snapping. They had us on the ground on the gun line, and they end up killing us. And I felt the bullet hit me in my head. And when I woke up, I still had that same feeling for about 20 minutes, and not a little more or a little less. But the prophets, we have the elect, we're gonna get put to death too. But ultimately, this is what's going on with Jake and them, is that they don't want to come back to Yahweh Shem Shai. So the Lord judging them, And I know it's gruesome, and graphic, but this is the reality of it, man. This is what's coming to America. This is what's happening all over the world right now. Besides, in America, too, it's not happening. It's happening on a good, a large scale, so to speak. And it's gonna happen in America. The worst, America gonna get it the worst, But this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. It said, "Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets." Right. The wisdom is the Bible. The Lord got his men out there prophesying and telling what's to come and how to straighten yourself out, man. And that's the wisdom. She crieth in the chief place of concourse in the openings of the gates. Right, where everybody at, where all the nations at. Everybody got to be told their judgment, And the city shuttereth her words, saying, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning." Right, and it's talking about Jake, the Black Stars Native Americans. How long will they love being simple, not knowing who they are, sagging their pants, gang banging? And in Chicago, damn near everybody in some form of gang or, affiliated with some type of gang. And, and not even just that. It's just that they don't want to do what's right, man. It said the scorners delight in their scorning. And you got brothers in Chicago. A lot of they get made fun of, just like we and the rest of the brothers all over the world get made fun of for doing this work, man. And fools hate knowledge, Jake, them hate knowledge. So when you see stuff like this, when you read the comment board, everybody more so talking about how dude shielded his friend and whatnot, but they're not talking about that this was the judgment of the Lord, at least all the comments that I read, and how to straighten themselves out, But, and then when you read the comment board too, a lot of people said they didn't got shot at. And in that moment, you just don't know what to do. You just trying to protect yourself. But it says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." And that's what's going on, man. Yahweh Shem Shai got us out there in the spirit. Us men that's in GMS, and starting from the elders, and those who might not be in GMS that's doing the work, man. And actually started with their elders, out there trying to, straighten our people up, straighten our people out, Because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. But it says, "But ye have set at naught," "But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof." Right, Jake didn't want to be corrected. "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." Right, so when this type of stuff happen, here goes Satan. When this type of stuff happen, we're supposed to laugh at it, man. Because ultimately Jake them made fun of us. They want to hit a word, nothing. So they get these type of judgments, man. And this is a dishonorable death, man. The prophets and the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai gonna get honorable deaths, man. For doing the work. And then they're gonna be getting crowned by Yahweh Shai himself, and that's in 2 Ezra chapter 13. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right. So the Lord killing off 2/3 of his people, man. It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. Right? The 1/3, which is the Lord's elect, is going to get tested and purified and purged. You know, when his destruction come, you know, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, right? So we have the name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is my power, right? So the elect going to be tried and tested too, man. But they going to make it. They're not going to get no dishonorable death. They're going to get honorable deaths. That's what's going to happen to a lot of these false prophets. They think Esau with them, or even if they're not working with Esau, this is going to be their judgment. Stuff like this. As bad as it looks. As crazy as it looks. Look at them. They can tell trouble coming. The Lord kept their ass there. That's the judgment, man. Even shot the old guy up. Came in there and finished the job. Hold on. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shai, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shai? So judgment is beginning at the Lord's, the ones of us that know the truth, man. You know, and that's why a lot of people are falling off and going back into the world or being judged. You know, while in the truth, man, you know, or being judged while they claim that they know the knowledge, man. And it says, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And this is Jacob's judgment to be put to death, you know. And the ultimate judgment is nuclear missiles. But I'm going to read it again real quick. This 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Right? So the Lord, you know, got people getting kicked out and stuff, man. And they catching their judgments, you know. And us that's in the truth, we straightening up. We lining up, man. And if it, because we not supposed to get condemned with the world, man. That's what I'm trying to get into. It says, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end? It's like it shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High. All right, so let me see. Slocky, forgive me for this phone. All my phones be doing this. Like they don't never want to stay on, no matter how many minutes I put it on. Make sure I go back and try to change the settings. But shit. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 32, it says, "But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world," right? So us that's getting judged by in the truth, and the Lord correcting us and straightening us out, it's purifying us, and we don't get kicked out or catch the judgment that the 2/3 catch. Yahweh with the elect, but we don't get their judgment because we just getting corrected, because the Lord know that all of our righteousness is as filthy rags, man, and we're not perfect. The Lord said we was made subject to vanity. And I'm just going in the spirit. I only had like 2 scriptures before I played this clip. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 20. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption, this flesh, into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High." Right? So, the Lord made us subject to vanity. Our flesh, we go off. We're not perfect, But, the chosen, the elect, is not going to be condemned with the world. They're not going to fall out the truth and get the harsh judgments that the 2/3 are getting. This is Isaiah chapter 64, verse 6. It said, "But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags," right? So no matter how much we try to be righteous, our righteousness is as filthy rags, man, because we always going off, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. So I'm going to get like 2 more scriptures too. Slack, I'm just I don't want to drag it out too long because I'm at work. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, which is this white man, shall cast some of you into prison," right? So brothers going to be getting locked up and thrown in concentration camps, "that he may be tried," right? It's a test. "And ye shall have tribulation 10 days," right? So you might get tortured in there too. "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life," right? So the prophets are going to be killed also. A lot of prophets not going to taste of death, and that's in Mark chapter 8, verse 50, if I'm not mistaken, or Mark 9 and 50, somewhere around there. But the prophets going to have to endure their suffering and get put to death also, man. But it's going to be a righteous death, and it's going to be like how Jake and them getting killed, So with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.